Hello, welcome to Ikate's Crossing. Okay, so welcome. Hope you have subscribed and rung that bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Now, I'm a bit slow this week in sharing with you the deep, dark and dangerous oracle that I've been learning very slowly, 7 cards a week, very slowly, just getting to know what the cards are about, sort of giving an idea so that it just gives me that when I'm working with it. So here's the first 21 cards that I've done so far in no particular order. Okay, so just to give you, this is what I've done so far, these 21 cards. Okay, I'm not sort of yelling them out at the moment. You can go back and have a look at the previous videos that I've done. But I've gone through, had a look at these cards here, what they mean, had a look in the guidebook, plants and all that sort of stuff. Of course, I'm going to keep looking at the guidebook. It's not something I'm going to memorize or anything like that. It's just to sort of get to know the deck in a little bit of a sort of an intimate way. Okay, so let's pull out 3 cards. Okay, 3 cards. Let's pull out 3 cards. First card, second card, and third card. Okay, so the 3 cards I've got here is beauty with mermaid, so finding your own inner beauty. I should really turn the light on so I can read. Reciprocity with Chiron, sorry, and compassion with Minotaur. Okay, so this one I always get stuck on with Chiron. Reciprocity. It's when something is reciprocated, when something is shared, when something is given back. It has that sense of harmony or balance. It's all about being kind to yourself as well as to others, finding your inner beauty towards others. It's all about, it's about having some sort of grace. I feel like it's a sense of having some sort of grace. This one here always sort of, card number 18. Let's sort of dive into that a little bit further. Yeah, that sense of giving and receiving, acceptance and rejection. So again, I get finding that sense of, that's where I always get stuck on that word. I don't know why. It always gives me a blank. But I do feel like it's being kind to others as well as receiving. It's having that balance, being able to see the beauty within others as well as yourself, seeing the beauty within self, having that sense of compassion towards others and compassion towards yourself as well. So when you've got beauty, reciprocity, and never say that word properly, sorry guys, and the compassion. So it's about seeing the beauty in self and others, being able to be kind to ourselves as well as others. It's all about having that sense of balance within your journey. Super important here. It's always one there's always one that gets you stuck. Do you know what I mean? So now that we've looked at that, let's look at, so that's what I've been doing, basically. So just using the guidebook all the time is important when you've got these oracle decks and things like that. Yes, you can sort of use your first initial intuition and things like that. But the guidebooks are written to give you that little bit more information, like the current card does give you, like, for example, plant is poinsettia, and crystal companion is Larima. So it does give you a little bit more, does give you a little bit of a story about Chiron and what it's about and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. So Chiron or Charon was Chiron was a ferryman of Hades, the son of Erebus and Nyx. So I think it's quite interesting always to look at the guidebook. Oh, I'm having a bit of a hard time today. Right, okay, so here we've got, let's do the next lot of cards. Okay, the next 7 cards. Okay, so 22 is service, where Myrmolikia with service. 23, alchemy with Circe. 24, love, Kali. Anubis, respect for 25. The Morrigan with sovereignty, 26. Lemur with loneliness, 27. And vampire with hunger, which is 28. So these are the next cards that we're going to reflect on. So what card am I going to reflect on today? What card is going to... Okay, card for today. Oh, okay, with service. Malikia with service. So let's have a look. What? Malikia with service. Okay, service does not mean servitude. Service should not be blind or bind you. Do not give your time to people who do not appreciate you. Justice will be done. So it's service, servitude, misunderstanding, and understanding. The Mormolikia were female demons of the underworld associated with the goddess Hecate. Oh, that's interesting. The term can be translated to mean terrible wolves. There is confusion about the Mormolikia actually were. Many scholars believe they could be a benevolent, as, say, the boogeyman, used to scare children into being good, or completely at the other extreme, blood-sucking shapeshifters who preferred young men to eat. Remembering that dark goddesses such as Hecate had their stories twisted for the negative once Christianity washed over the continent. The truth of the Myrmolikia may have been somewhere in between. Hecate was said to have control over dogs and wolves, and the canines of all kinds barked when she was near. This alone would atone for the fact that Hecate may have had wolves or wolf-like creatures working with her. She may too have had demons, which were benevolent creatures, not demons, working with her to assist her in revenge or justice, or demons. Okay, bad demons, which were benevolent creatures, not demons, working with her to assist her in revenge or justice. These may have been terrible to look upon, or it may have been terrible to feel their wrath. If indeed Mormolikia were the monsters that were made out to be, these women who were vampire and took the form of beautiful seductresses, that their victims may not have been all love and light either. Not always in being of service easy, not always in finding justice. So the plant companion is hellebore, and crystal companion is jasper. Hellebore and jasper. Service. So it's about being in service, but not servitude, not being a slave to others. It's an interesting card to sort of think about here. Being in service to others, but not being a slave, not being in servitude or anything like that. It's about that exchange of energy. It's about having boundaries as well. When you're in service to someone, you can still have boundaries. Interesting card to reflect on for today. Okay, so you can see that with the deep, dark and dangerous oracle. Okay, so I've only done what, 20 odd cards, 28 cards. I'm only doing 7 at a time, so we've still got lots and lots to work through yet. It's a very, very slow process when you're working with the cards, sort of one a day. Grab 7, shuffle and just choose one each day until they're all done, and having a look, and then picking up what all the cards together that you've done so far and create a reading just out of those cards. Still haven't explored these ones yet, still to go, and they'll come over the next few weeks. So you can see this is a very, very slow process in getting to know a deck in some way. I mean, it doesn't have to be rushed. I mean, it's not a rushed thing, it's just something that takes its time. Some are a little bit hard, some of the cards might be a little bit more trickier to learn, and that's okay. You can just go through them again and again. It's practice, practice, practice. Like during the week, yes, I'm doing a one card, but I also can then do 3 cards or more. You know, I can do as many cards as I want for a reading, using maybe using a spread from the guidebook. You know, maybe I could go through and have a look, see what are the spreads in here. Okay, we've got a 1 card, we've got a dark moon 3 card draw, we've got a 4 element spread, and we've got a traditional 7 card spread, and it teaches you about how to do a timing spread with this deck, which is interesting. Okay, interesting. So when you do interesting. So if you do a timing spread, pull a card from the deck, the positive aspect of the issue. Second card represents the difficulty or barrier, and the third card gives you an indication of timing. Sorry, and then you start to go back and have another look at a little bit more about the cards and start reading them. Okay, so that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links down below. Check the links on my channel. Like, subscribe and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care and blessings.